Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of Quickstream, the show where I try and record a full song in half an hour in my study. This week I'm taking on a song that is a band I hugely recognise as an influence to pretty much everyone I grew up with. If you were covering this band, that meant you were getting better. This band is Rage Against the Machine. I realise that they've been quite an influence on me, not only musically, but also ethically, philosophically, and sort of morally as well. And it's kind of disappointing just how timeless they are, because they shouldn't be. If you know, they're promoting ideas which seem to be common sense, but for some reason people aren't going with it. They're as relevant now as they were 20, 30 years ago. So fingers crossed, you know, future generations are able to listen back and go, man, that was weird. Anyway, the song is called Sleep Now in the Fire, and I chose this one because I didn't want to go for anything off the self-titled album, and I didn't want to go for like any of the show-offy, like Take the Power Back. Didn't want to go for any of that. I just wanted to go for just a solid rock song, and this was the closest thing I could think of. So, we're currently about 1.5 minutes. I've got Pro Tools up. I've got my bass going there. I'm going to turn my click ever so slightly down, so hopefully you should be able to pick this up coming through. I've got some headphones with a longer lead this time, so you should be able to hear me on the drums without too much of a click track getting in your ears. Let's give it a go. Okay, so do 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 do. So sort of dancing just between A and G. Yeah. And there we go. Now, fingers crossed I got the timings right, because there's quite a lot of gaps in there, but bass is weirdly sort of the most consistent instrument throughout most of that, with the exception of drums. But I wanted to have something to drum to. So, let's take these headphones off. Let's add on my effects that take about 20 seconds to put on, because basically the factory default sounds amazing. Plug in, dynamics, compressor, bass. Beautiful. Let's hear how that sounds. Lovely. So, fingers crossed. That click isn't going to be too loud. And I can just sort of whack the headphones up in my... volume up in my headphones. My bad. Let's get these highlighted. This is nothing. Why is that nothing? Perfect. There we go. Now, one thing I'm going to do with this song, I think, is I'm going to add a lot of reverb onto it, because there's quite a roomy drum kit. There's certainly a lot of ring out on the ride. But let's see how that happens. Let's see how we go. So let's see how that sounds with just a little bit of extra bass for the kick to come through, and just a tiny little bit in there for the snare. Drop down the top for that hissing sound. Let's have a little bit of reverb. Lovely. Let's get some guitars recorded, eh? So, first thing to do is reroute XLR into the microphone so that can go in front of the cab, and then reroute power into the amp. Now, I'm not going to use any pedals in the amp because I'm just going to use the first overdrive channel, because that's enough. That's all you really need. I did experiment earlier, just for about 2 minutes, with using my chill switch pedal instead of using the sort of modified kill switch Tom Morelli uses, where he turns one of the pickups all the way down and one of the pickups all the way up. But in order to do that solo, you have to be standing right in front of your cab, pretty much on full power, getting some feedback. And I can't do that in here because my amp's way down there and it would look rubbish. So I might give the solo a bit of a miss depending on how much time I've got. I might try something, but I don't know what that'll be yet. Let's get this in here, turn this on, and get the cab mic'd up. There we go. Lots of wires all over the floor. That's the lots of wires all over the floor song. Tune. Okay. It's always the G that is the most out. I've never known anyone to go, yeah, my G's always in tune. It's fantastic, it's solid. So, let's see how much that mic is picking up. Let's turn that all the way up. Turn that up a bit. So, good, right? So, still gonna need the click in there for these bits. How are we doing for time? 14.5 minutes. I think this could be a goer. Right, all the way from the beginning. Lots of solo of the drums. Guitar. Right, now the question is, do I try and go for that ridiculous... that sound. Somewhere right there. You know what? I'll just come back to it. I've got the settings on the amp. I'm not going to unplug it. All I have to do is reposition the mic if I want to come back to it. So let's see what the vocals sound like. Get the guitar back in. Overall, for one take on every instrument so far, that's not bad. I've got quite a lot to work with. And while I get these vocals set up, what I do want to say is I'm trying to identify how I can make these videos a bit more entertaining. So, if for example you would like a supercut of the drums, the bass, the guitar, the vocals, all happening at the same time, so like a quadrant on each screen, a quadrant on each screen, let me know, and I'll see if I can learn how to do some half-decent video editing, do a bounce down of the track, and create that for you, because that way you don't have to sit through an entire video if you don't want to sit through the entire video, and you can just see what it comes out like at the end. So, before I go to the vocals, let's add a little bit of compression on the guitars, and let's see how this sounds all together. Let's go. Oh, this is kind of important, having a microphone in order to record vocals. That's one thing I don't want to get rid of the channel. I don't want to get rid of sort of the rough and readiness of it. I mean, if it's too slick, it's no fun, is it? Check, check, 1, 2. Okay, that's quite good for levels. Can do that. Here we go. Okay, let's start that a bit better, shall we? Expense, the cost of my desire. Jesus blessed me with its future, and I'm protected with fire. So raise your fists and march around, just don't take what you need. I'll jail and bury those committed, smother the rest in greed. Crawl with me into tomorrow, I'll track you in your grave. I'm deep inside your children, they'll betray you in my name. Sling now in the fire. Hey, hey, sling now in the world is my expense, the scope of my desire. The party blessed me with its future, and I protect it with fire. I am the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, the Nusen, the rapist, the fields overseer, the agent of Orange, the priest of Hiroshima, the cost of my desire. Sing now in the fire. by Zach De La Rocha, really high in terms of natural vocal. Okay. For it's the end of history. It's caged and frozen still. There is no other pill to take. So swallow the one that makes you ill. The Lena, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, the Nusen, the rapist, the fields of Asia, the agents of Orange, the priests of Hiroshima, the ghost of my desire. Sleep now in the fire. Yeah! Much better. Sleep now in the fire! 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 Okay. So, first of all, let's get some EQ on that. Let's go for that 7-band EQ because I can tailor that a little bit better. Let's solidify the male vocal. And we'll add on a bit of compression. Vox lead. And probably a tiny amount of reverb. Not much, just, like not that much. Let's go for room 2, about 23% wet. Turn it up. Let's hear how that sounded with this.
March around, just don't take what you need. I'll jail and bury those committed, smother the rest in greed.
There's something scary about hearing your own vocal when it's completely isolated. No one likes the sound of their own voice. Okay. What time are we on? We're on 25 minutes. Right, I'm not going to do that solo because, like I said, it just involves me crouching down ridiculously and it wouldn't be very fun to watch. So, here it is. This is the sub. That's happened really quickly. I'm going to tidy up the beginnings and endings because there's still quite a lot of buzz in the room. You know, nothing major. I was going to get rid of that first yeah, because I don't like it. Tidy that up there, tidy that up there, and tidy that up there. There we go. 25 minutes, 4 tracks. That's all you need. Here we go, everybody. First listen of Sleep Now in the Fire with no click. Let's mute that. First listen of Sleep Now in the Fire by Rage Against the Machine, recorded in 25 minutes in the study. Here we go.
The world's my
much what I expected. So, for those of you that stuck with me this far and watched the whole thing, thank you very, very much. Of course, as always, Nathan, sorry, no time for Wonder Boy. But if you do have any suggestions you want to see, find me on my socials, comment below, let me know. And this was a really, really fun one to do. I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out, considering just how quickly it all came together. Until next week, stay safe and yeah, give music a go. It doesn't take that much time. Yeah, see you then. Bye bye.